Hi, hello, my guys, gays, and purists of race. So, little fact about me. I don't celebrate Christmas. I love Christmas, and I love the season, but nope, I didn't grow up celebrating it. What my family celebrated instead was the holiday Kwanzaa. And growing up, I loved Christmas specials on TV, but was also kind of disappointed that there was no fun lore like the Santaverse with Kwanzaa. And yeah, I know that's mostly because of how Kwanzaa isn't commercial. Yeah, and Christmas is super commercial. So to have some fun and remedy this a bit, I've come up with an idea, rough plot, and characters for a Christmas special styled Kwanzaa special that I want to talk about. But wait! Audience member, how are you gonna fully do that again? But wait! Audience member, how are you gonna fully understand this video if you know nothing about Kwanzaa? And the answer is you won't. But don't worry. I've got an education master here to give you a crash course on the 7-day celebration. Take it away, mother.
Okay, Habarigani everyone. I'm greeting you in the language of Swahili. And today I'm going to be talking to you about Kwanzaa, my most favorite holiday on this entire planet. I became extremely excited about it because it was a holiday that was designed specifically for people of African ancestry, people of African heritage living here in America, and then the entire African diaspora. So let's begin. I start out with a little bit of history of Kwanzaa. First, it was created by Dr. Maulana Karenga in 1966. To put it in context, remember that here in the United States, there was a lot of civil unrest and turmoil. We were in the midst of the civil rights movement, and Kwanzaa was created shortly after the Watts riots in California. Dr. Karenga is from California, and he was a professor at a university in California when he designed this holiday. First, he chose the language Swahili. Swahili is a port language. By that we mean in a lot of the ports around the entire continent of Africa, because there are so many languages spoken on the continent among the various people and tribes and clans and groups of people, because there are so many languages, he wanted to use a language that was most universal. And for him, that is the language of Swahili, because in a lot of trade among different peoples in the ports, Swahili was the language spoken. And so he decided to use the language of Swahili to describe the Ngozi Saba, which are the principles of Kwanzaa, and to name the holiday itself. He was looking for something that was universal, or a holiday that would unify people of African ancestry, regardless of where they lived, regardless of their religion. Contrary to popular belief, Kwanzaa is not the Black Christmas. It's not something that was created to retaliate or to be anti-Christian or anything like that. One of the reasons that I really love celebrating the holiday is because regardless of your religious affiliation, your spiritual practices, this is a holiday that you can celebrate. So the 7 principles, the Ngozi Saba, are also words that are from Swahili. At the beginning of this, I said Habari Gani, which is the greeting, and it means what's the news? And that is a way of asking what is going on with you, what is happening with your family and with your people. And often during Kwanzaa, the response to Habari Gani is the principle for that day. So there are 7 principles. The first, which is on December 26th, is the principle of umoja. And umoja means unity. And on that day, we light the black candle on the kanara. So the kanara is the name of the structure that holds the 7 candles for the 7 days, for the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. You hear the 777, right? This is a significant number in numerology. It's also significant in spiritual systems as well.
What's numerology?
The study of numbers.
That's a real thing?
Yeah.
I'm sorry for interrupting you.
It's okay. So the 7 candles. The the 3 red candles are on the left-hand side. You will remember because we have the saying, without struggle, there is no progress. So the red is the struggle. And the red, black, and green also come from the Pan-African flag, the red, black, and green flag, where red represents the blood or the sacrifices that our ancestors made for us. The black is for the, because they call us black people. And then we have the green that represents the land, the connectedness that we have to the continent of Africa. And so the 3 red candles are on the left. In the middle, the center is the black candle, and then the 3 green candles on the right. We light the first candle, umoja, on the first day for unity. That is the collective. That is the one in the middle. That is the people. That is our resources. That is the greatest gift that we have. And from that candle, we light all others each of the 7 days. So the black candle, umoja, is on day 1. Then on day 2, you have kujichagulia, which means self-determination. The 3rd day, we then go into Ujima, which is collective work and responsibility. Ujama is next for cooperative economic. Nia is the next principle, which means purpose. And the day after that is Kaumba, which is creativity. And the last day of Kwanzaa, which is on January 1st, is Imani, which means faith. There is no wrong way to celebrate Kwanzaa. It is a time of reflection and recommitment to these principles. It is a time to gather together with friends and family and community to reaffirm and dedicate ourselves to the continual growth and progress of our culture. Ultimately, what we're doing in the celebration of Kwanzaa is a time to celebrate us as a people, to make sure that we are proud of our strong heritage, our ancestry, our resilience. It's a time of empowerment and a time to come together. And so I hope this has been helpful.
Okay, so now that you have the context, let's get into the loose story for the special. And as I talk about it, the concept of the lore will also be explained. So let's just jump on into it. I gave them a name in this writing, but I don't know if I like the name for them. But I don't have the energy to think of a new name. So we're just gonna deal with it. And then next time I talk about this, which will probably be a year from now, next time I talk about this, they might have a different name. That's just what we're gonna do. Drake is an average black kid with no true ambitions and little happiness in life. Their parents and siblings, I said siblings, but then I decided that they only have one sibling. Their parents and sibling always seem to be lost in their own devices to give him any attention. While shopping in a department store on December 26th, taking advantage of the after Christmas clearance, the parents get into an argument and their older sister goes to take a phone call. And he's left by himself with all the chaos of his parents' roars at each other. This isn't the first time this has happened, so they just resort to doing what they usually do. and walk away. She wanders through the store until she arrives at the toy aisle, his favorite part of the store. They start running with excitement, picking up whatever they can and creating elaborate and imaginative stories, connecting the worlds of licensed movie characters, cars, and random stuffed animals. While he's running and having the time of their life, he immediately stops once he sights a strange tree that immediately catches her eye. Well, that can be implied that it catches their eye because she stopped, because she was looking at it. Anyway, an action figure with nothing but a black turtleneck and white painted legs. It had a simple design with nothing special about it, which rang true for the box as well. It was completely black with no label or description, making it a completely indistinct figure. This endeared Drake because he felt like it was a toy made specifically for her, seeing as she saw herself as a completely unremarkable and average kid. While all the other toys had beautiful paint jobs and creative, expansive designs, this one was just regular. They put the toy in their bag and just take it out of the store. For some reason, none of the store's alarms went off as they left. Later that night, Drake's parents and her older sister had left him in the house alone, and they decided to open the action figure. But the moment the front half of the box was removed, the figure sprang to life and started speaking. Okay, I was doing this in this is a novel kind of way I was reading this, but I don't fully know how this scene will play out. But basically, the action figure is actually one of the 7 spirits of Kwanzaa, Umoja. Umoja then explains to Drake that he needs their help. In order to keep the world balanced, each of the spirits of Kwanzaa must stay in a magic, ancient temple on a special magic Kanara. And that the temple, as well as the spirits, who are meant to be Reddit siblings, I don't know if I mentioned that anywhere before this or going forward, so I'll put that in now, are guarded by a keeper, a human who just has to tend to the temple, keep it hidden from greedy people that have heard stories of its magic, and also if any of those people come to the temple, the keeper must be willing to fight them off. The spirits' abilities to use their magics on Earth were weakened as well. Although Umoja tried to keep them all together, this situation resulted in all of their siblings leaving to their own realms, where they all can continue to use their magic for whatever they want. So Umoja thinks if they can find a new keeper, his siblings will return. But on his way into a city to try and convince someone to be the keeper, they passed out from how weak their magic was. He was found near a toy factory and thus mistaken for a toy. So long story short, because there's a lot of gaps, because like I said, this is just a loose concept right now. Umoja and Drake set off to the 6 different realms to get Umoja's siblings. They all object for their own separate reasons. Some of them will get musical numbers. They all have some bonding moments about the meanings of family and unity and other things and stuff. I know I want there to be an antagonist just because I like villains and it'd make the movie more exciting. But I also don't have any ideas for one. I also don't really have any good ideas yet for what makes a keeper special, when they're choosing one, what makes them special. I was thinking something like trials in the temple, but if there are trials in the temple, why would there need to be a keeper to keep people out? Also, I don't know exactly what the Kwanzaa spirits do. Do they control all of nature? Why are they necessary? And when they're gone, how will that directly affect the world? Because I think that'd be pretty important to show in order to raise the stakes. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed that. It was a very fun video to make, and I love talking about my ideas and coming up with stories. If you want to hear/see me do that kind of thing again, check out my Allow Me to Introduce series, where I introduce my OC groups and talk about their stories, which I'll probably make one of the Kwanzaa siblings since I didn't talk about them much in this. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and check out my other social media. See you later. Bye-bye!